In a quiet farming town nestled near wide open plains, there lived a hard-working man named Matteo. Every morning before sunrise, Matteo would head out with his mule, Bruno, to dig clay from the earth. He loaded the heavy sacks onto Bruno's back. One afternoon, while digging deeper than usual, Matteo struck something hard. He brushed away the dirt and uncovered a bright, sparkling stone. It shimmered beautifully in the sunlight. Matteo smiled. "It's pretty," he said to himself. "Bruno will look fancy today," not knowing its worth. He tied the stone to a rope and fastened it around Bruno's neck like a decoration. Later that week, as Matteo walked through town, a well-dressed shop owner named Mr. Calloway noticed the sparkling object hanging from the mule's neck. He stopped Matteo. "What's that shining piece around your muley's neck?" he asked. Matteo shrugged. "Just a stone I found while digging. It looked nice, so I kept it." Mr. Calloway examined it more closely. His eyes narrowed with interest. "I like it," he said casually. "I'll give you $50 for it." Matteo's face lit up. $50 was more than he usually made in several days. "Deal," he said without hesitation. Calloway hung the stone from his store's weighing scale as decoration. Customers admired it constantly. "That's beautiful," they would say. "It's just a lucky stone," Mr. Calloway would reply with pride. A few days later, a jeweler named Mr. Hastings walked into the store. The moment he saw the stone dangling from the scale, his breath caught. That was no ordinary stone. It was a diamond, and not just any diamond, but an extremely valuable one. He tried to remain calm. "Interesting decoration," Mr. Hastings said. "Are you selling it?" Mr. Calloway smiled. "I bought it for $50. If you want it, I'll sell it for $100. Mr. Hastings calculated quickly. He knew it was worth far more, but greed whispered in his ear. "I'll give you $80, he replied. "Take it or leave it." "100, Mr. Calloway said firmly. Mr. Hastings shook his head. "I'll come back tomorrow. Maybe you'll change your mind." He walked away, confident he could negotiate it down later. That very evening, another jeweler, Miss Rivera, happened to pass through town when her car broke down nearby. While waiting for assistance, she stepped into Mr. Calloway's store. Her trained eye immediately locked onto the diamond. "I'll give you $100 for that," she said instantly. Mr. Calloway didn't hesitate, sold. The next morning, Mr. Hastings returned, already planning to push the price to $90. But the diamond was gone. "Where's the stone?" he asked, alarmed. Mr. Calloway replied casually. "Another buyer paid $100 for it yesterday." Mr. Hastings exploded. "You fool. That wasn't just a stone. It was a priceless diamond. You sold it for almost nothing." Mr. Calloway leaned back and laughed softly. "Maybe I didn't know its true value," he said. "But you did, and still you lost it over $20. Mr. Hastings stood silent because deep down he knew the truth. The real loss wasn't Mr. Calloway's, it was his. Frugality is wisdom, but extreme stinginess can cost you fortune.